The mindset divide: poor, middle class, and rich. If you think like everyone else, you'll earn like everyone else. What truly separates the poor, the middle class, and the rich isn't just money, it's how they think. Let's break down how each group approaches money, time, and freedom. When it comes to money, the poor spend every cent just to get by. The middle class saves whatever's left after their expenses. But the rich? They invest first and live off what's left. They make money work for them, not the other way around. Time is treated very differently too. The poor exchange their time for a paycheck. The middle class tries to be more productive. The rich, however, buy back their time using leverage by building systems and hiring help. They understand time is the most valuable resource and protect it fiercely. Income sources vary as well. The poor often rely on one job. The middle class may add a side hustle. But the rich build multiple streams of income: businesses, investments, royalties. Each one gives them more freedom and less dependency. Debt is another key difference. The poor often use debt to survive. The middle class avoids it altogether. But the rich use debt strategically to invest in assets that grow their wealth. They borrow smart, not blindly. When it comes to taxes, the poor usually don't know how the system works. The middle class pays what they owe, but the rich? They use every legal strategy to minimize taxes. They play the game with knowledge and win. Lifestyle choices also reveal mindset. The poor often spend to impress others. The middle class tries to maintain stability. The rich? They live simply until their assets can fund a better lifestyle. They buy freedom first, luxury later. The company they keep also matters. The poor surround themselves with others trying to survive. The middle class builds social circles around work. But the rich focus on forming valuable, strategic relationships with people who help them grow. Education is another divide. The poor believe school is the only path. The middle class believes a degree equals success. The rich? They invest in skills, mentorship, and experience. They never stop learning, but they don't rely solely on the traditional system. When setting goals, the poor hope to make it through the week. The middle class aims for promotions, but the rich? They set deadlines for financial freedom. They don't just dream, they build a plan and follow it. Financial knowledge is a game changer. The poor feel overwhelmed by money. The middle class knows the basics. The rich go deeper, understanding how to use debt, capital, and leverage to grow faster. They know financial intelligence compounds. When emergencies hit, the poor hope for the best. The middle class relies on savings, but the rich? They're prepared with insurance, access to capital, and strong financial structures most people never see. Freedom means different things to each group. For the poor, it's a weekend off. For the middle class, it's a short vacation. For the rich, it's owning their time completely, no schedules, no alarms, no bosses. Retirement is also viewed differently. The poor hope for help from the government. The middle class saves through pensions or SSS. The rich? They design their life so money keeps flowing even while they sleep. For them, retirement isn't an age, it's a choice. Their emotions around money also set them apart. The poor feel fear and scarcity. The middle class often feels stress and caution. But the rich? They approach money with curiosity, confidence, and control. Because how you feel about money affects how you handle it. Assets tell another story. The poor typically own nothing. The middle class might have a house or car. But the rich own things that generate income: real estate, stocks, businesses, intellectual property. They buy what pays them back. And finally, leverage. The poor have none. The middle class works harder. But the rich use money, systems, and people to multiply results. They don't do it all themselves, they scale with strategy. Even their exit strategies differ. The poor have no plan. The middle class dreams of retiring one day. The rich, they build their exit into every deal, knowing when to walk away and cash out. 3 mindsets. 3 very different lives. You can choose your own frame or stay stuck living in someone else's.